The second Kirchhoff's law is called as Kirchhoff's voltage law, that is KVL. It deals with the conservation of energy. It is another fundamental law that is used to analyze the circuit. Now, the statement of the KVL is that the algebraic summation of all currents, all EMF sources and voltage drop around any closed loop of a circuit is equal to 0. So what is the statement? The KVL states that the algebraic summation of all the EMF sources and all the voltage drop around any closed loop of a circuit is equal to 0. In other words, we can say the algebraic sum of all the potential difference around the loop must be 0. So the sum of all potential difference around the loop must be equal to 0. Now we can represent this statement by this algebraic formula, mathematical formula, that is k equal to 1 to n Vk equal to 0, where n is the total number of branches with the potential difference across the branch. So when we apply the KVL to a specific circuit, it is very important to pay the attention to the algebraic sign. That means whether the value will be taken as positive or negative. The voltage drop across the branch will be positive or it will be negative. So there is a general concept. Before we discuss the concept, let's have an example. We have a resistance of R. The two terminals of the resistances are mentioned by A and B, where A is of positive potential and B is of negative potential. And let's say the current direction is from A to B. Therefore, the voltage drop across the resistance V, where V can be written as I into R. Now the question is whether this value will be taken as positive voltage drop or negative voltage drop. For that, there is a general thumb rule. It states that if we go in the direction of the current, in this case from A to B, that means from positive to negative potential, this drop will be taken as negative. That means if we go in the direction of the current from A to B, then the drop V will be taken as minus IR. Basically, it means if we go in the direction of the current, we lost the potential. On the other hand, if in the same resistance, if we go from B to A, that means just opposite of the direction of the current. The current is again flowing from A to B because current always flow from positive to negative. But if we move from B to A, that means we are going against the flow of current. In that case, the potential across the resistance will be taken as positive. So the thumb rule that can be used here is, for a particular branch, the potential difference across the branch will be taken as positive or negative, depends upon what is the sign of the potential at the end side. That means if we move from positive to negative, the value will be taken as negative. And if we move from negative to positive side, the value will be taken as positive. Now consider the circuit. Here I have used two voltage source V1 and V2, and there are three resistances R1, R2 and R3. Assume a current is flowing in this closed loop in clockwise direction. So the current in R1 is from left to right, then the current will be from top to bottom, then from right to left through R3 resistance. So this is basically the direction of the current flowing in clockwise. The nodes of the loop is considered as A, B, C and D. As we know, the current always flow from high potential to low potential terminal. That means if we assume the current I1 is flowing in AB branch from A to B, so we consider the A side is in higher potential and B side is in lower potential. Now the same current is flowing from B to C, that means downward. So in this case, the voltage drop across R2 have the positive potential on upper side and the negative potential in the lower side. And similarly, the voltage drop across the R3 due to the current I should have the positive terminal in the right side and the negative terminal in the left side. And we also know that the voltage source V1 has a positive terminal in the upper side and here is a negative terminal, and similarly for the voltage source V2. The concept of the KVL is that within a closed loop, we basically start from a particular node, let's say A, and we will calculate each and every voltage drop and voltage source throughout the loop in a particular direction. So either we will go in clockwise direction or in anti-clockwise direction, and we will end again at the same point, that is point A. So now start from the point A. So first is the voltage drop across R1. It should be, according to the Ohm's law, it should be I into R1. But here we move from A to B, that means from plus to minus sign in the direction of the current. So here the potential drop will be taken as negative. Now from B to C. So from B to C, first of all, there will be a voltage drop in R2 resistance. And here the current is from top to bottom. So again from plus to minus sign. So the voltage drop will be again taken as the negative. Then we have to consider the voltage source V2. And as we move from B to C, we are basically moving from plus to minus sign for the voltage source V2. So again, it will be taken as negative, minus V2. Then from C to D, the direction of the current is from C to D. That means this side is the plus sign and this side is the minus sign. And we are moving from C to D, means plus to minus. So again, the voltage drop across R3 will be taken as negative. And finally, from D to A, we have the voltage source V1, and here we are moving from negative to positive side. So it will be taken as plus V1. So we reach at the same point from where we have started, that is point A. So this is the algebraic sum of all the voltage source and all the voltage drop throughout the loop, and according to the KVL, this value should be equal to 0. So in this way, we can apply the KVL to analyze the circuits to find the voltage or current in a specific resistance and so on. Thank you.